drives which we get from the past. So some people might be, even before coming to bhakti, they might have a lot of zeal to do some kind of social welfare. Now if they have that zeal, it's not that in bhakti you have to give it up. You spiritualize it. If you like to distribute food, then let's see how can you offer food to Krishna and then distribute that food. If you like to help poor people, then see what could you do. Maybe you could have build some houses, but have something spiritual within it. Maybe so there are various ways in which devotees at an individual level, if that is what they are inspired to do, they can surely do that. Now Srila Prabhupada started ISKCON for a primary purpose, that is promoting Krishna consciousness. So the primary energies of the Krishna consciousness movement should be focused on the direct activities of promoting Krishna consciousness. But devotees who are inspired by the principle of Krishna consciousness, they can take that at an individual level, using their own inspiration, they can do other activities. So when we do such activities, there is a standard process of Krishna consciousness and there is an individual inspiration which we may have, which is broadly compatible with Krishna consciousness. So the individual inspiration that we may have, we could say that is like a preference. And say chanting Hare Krishna, or worshipping the deities, or having satsang, this is the principle. So preferences if we have, there is no need to campaign for them that everybody should do it. And for somebody else who is, there's no need to campaign, don't do this. No, if you feel inspired, do that and do it in the Krishna consciousness. So when preferences are made into principles, that becomes fanatical. So same way with respect to somebody who has been brought up in a very dharmic consciousness, and they would do some yajna or homa, or they would give some charity like that, say build a well or give some kind of charity. And just because they have to come to bhakti, they don't have to stop giving that charity. I mean, somebody did not have that consciousness before. Now, is it that by practicing bhakti they will develop that consciousness? They may or they may not. Because each one of us has a particular kind of body and mind, and with the kind of body and mind we have, we will function accordingly. So somebody who has just come to bhakti and they are struggling, chant so many rounds, come to these programs and do this, and you tell them, actually you do this charity also, and you do this also, and you do this also. This is too much for me. I can't do this. So there is no need to impose this, but there is no need to reject this also. So in general, as devotees, we should live at the level of punya. We don't want to do punya per se, we want to do bhakti. But apart from bhakti, there are direct devotional activities. Apart from the direct devotional activities, we should be living at a level of morality and, we could say, culture and values. So Prabhupada was asked, how do we know your followers? So Prabhupada would have said, they chant 16 rounds, they follow these 4 regs or whatever. But Prabhupada did not say that. What Prabhupada said was, that my followers are perfect gentlemen, perfect ladies and gentlemen. Now what does ladies and gentlemen mean? That means they behave in a way that is respectable, that is cultured. That is, that will be appreciated by people in society. Because people in general, they are not going to care how many rounds you chant. They are not going to care how much you fast. They are not going to care how much puja you do. They will see how you behave. And how you conduct yourself in your day-to-day world. So that's why that is important. We cannot trivialize that. So in general, devotees are recommended to live at the level of punya. It's not that we want to do punya, but punya means we can see the big picture and don't just live for our immediate pleasures. We see the big picture and we contribute to society, we contribute to nation, we contribute to the family, we contribute to the community, and ultimately you contribute to Krishna also. Does that answer your question?
Beautiful.
Any other questions about this? Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
I had a follow-up question to what
Sure.
Prabhu asked. Sometimes that delineation between pap and punya is not so clear. For example, over here, like you have many charities, or the Canadian Red Cross where you can donate blood, Then there are clinical research organizations that are, in one sense I've heard, they're karmically very heavy, but then they are working towards getting new medicines that will treat certain ailments. So how do you know where you should invest that?
Okay.
Can I add a question on that?
Yeah, sure.
Can we donate to a charity when they are buying food and like United Way, they are giving food, probably not sattvic foods, right? Like they may give, they may kill a cow or a chicken or something, which is not evil, right?
Which is not?
Evil in Western culture, right?
Okay.
I mean, killing a dog is evil, but not killing a cow, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Prabhuji, in the same line. So, are we supposed to connect all our sakarma with Krishna consciousness? All the karmas. Like, if I want to donate, I'll go to Prabhuji. I'll give it to him because he is handling our Karma temple. And then whatever he does with that Lakshmi.
Okay, I think they're related questions, but they're still distinct. I'll come to them one by one. So, okay, let's look at these two questions related. They say, should we give all our charity to Krishna only, or is it that, suppose we give charity to some organization which gives food, but they may give non-vegetarian food, which they don't consider bad. They consider that also as a way of feeding hungry people. So should we contribute to that? Okay. So there are three modes of material nature. There is sattva, rajas and tamas. And beyond them, there is transcendence. So broadly speaking, we sometimes classify this as spiritual and all this as material. But within material also, we can say sattva is pro-devotional. Rajas is non-devotional. Mode of passion, non-devotional. And tamas is anti-devotional. Now sometimes with passion can be anti-devotional also. But broadly speaking, we would say like that. Now, should we give all charity only to Krishna? Since charity is voluntary. It cannot be legislated. In fact, spiritual life is all driven by inspiration. So we cannot legislate it in any way. Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, when he had taken a pilgrimage to Vrindavan. So at that time, outside the temple, there were some beggars. And his disciples, they would not give anything to the beggars. And Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said that, we may say that I will not give charity to anyone except Hari. And then eventually when the time comes, you don't give charity even to Hari. So he says that charity is not just a matter of activity. Not he's saying this, I'm explaining this more. That charity is not just an activity, charity is a mentality. So some people say, okay, I don't have enough money right now. In the future, my salary will increase, and at that time, I will give 51% of my salary to Krishna. But now, I can't give even 1%. So what happens is that the whole point of charity is not just to give money. It's to inculcate within us the consciousness that what I have got is actually not just mine. It's actually given by me to Krishna. So it's my duty to give a part of it back. So even if somebody gives a huge charity at one time, that's good, but for the mind, for impressions to form, now, more than the quantity of doing something is the frequency of doing it. So the frequency, if every month or whatever, we give a small charity, that habit gets developed in the mind. But if once a year I give some charity, okay, that's also some habit is formed. But like once a year, there are millions of other impressions that are forming in your mind. Somebody says, once in a lifetime I'll give a charity. Okay, that's also good. Some charity is better than nothing. But as far as forming a samskara and impression in the mind, that will be very, very less. So the idea of so what Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says that, if somebody is coming to you If you don't give charity, then your heart will become hard. And with a hard heart, you cannot approach Krishna. So basically, now that does not mean that anybody and everybody who comes, we have to do charity. We also have to be intelligent. But it's best say if we can give prasad. If somebody asks for food, then we can give them, if somebody asks us for something, if we give them money, then they can abuse it. But if you give them food, then it's less likely that they'll abuse it. So, there's one devotee in India who started a social welfare organization, and he told me that what he does is, whenever beggars ask him for charity, he tells them that, okay, you go and clean that street and come back, and I'll give you enough charity for one meal. He says, most beggars don't come back. So the idea is that sometimes when people are in need for help, that help should actually help them to grow, not just keep them where they are or degrade them further. So if we feel inspired to give charity to Krishna, that's wonderful. But the point is we want to develop a soft heart. And if we feel inspired to give charity to other causes, ideally speaking, if you're doing something else, that should not become like a competitor to Krishna. I give so much here, so I cannot give over here. But there should be some service you do to Krishna. And apart from that, if you have some inspiration, then the more we can Krishnaize it, the better it is. So with respect to food, devotees are also working now. Like say Amazon has this, if you buy from Amazon, then they have some charity that Amazon will give a charity. You can donate to a charity of your choice. So now there are many, like the Food for Life or ISKCON Desiratory or so many other forums are also included in that charity. So it's best if we cannot give to a direct devotional charity, we can try to go to a pro-devotional charity. So it's a pro-devotional means that say something like somebody is feeding the hungry, but they are giving some prasad. Somebody is doing something, it's a welfare, but they are doing that welfare in a devotional context. So if we do it that way, then that is the best. We can't really